Well, as you can see, guys, I'm back indoors and I've started chipping. Although the guy, the Panzer Master, or whatever his name, says that you can start chipping as soon as the paint is, as you've cleaned your brush. Turns out that's not the case. That particular paint, this MIG stuff, when you read the back there, rather than taking his word for it, shake well, let it completely dry for a day. So when I started to get it off with the brush and water, it just went all watery as if I was washing it off. So now it's dried on. Let me take you over there. I've started doing a bit of chipping. Now remember, this is the first time I've ever done this. On the other side, let me turn around. I was using a brush rather than a toothbrush, and I was using brush strokes to get the water on, and it started to leave it in brush line, so I found it stippling. So if you go over with the water first, get it wet, and then move to another area and wet, and then go back. See, this area, it all looks a bit brushified. Now I am going to give this another coat, but on first attempts, me anyway, I don't think it looks too bad. I'm trying to work on the areas where, you know, if imagine the guy was getting in and out of the cupolas, clambering up over the top of the tank. So all the raised areas will be chipped more, holding on to the muzzle, climbing over the back of the tank, the raised areas, bits that they're going to get hold of, would be worn more by the boots. So I'm just working at it like that. What I'll probably do is I'll just do a little bit of it to show you it working, and because it's quite a long, slow process, I might leave it on and put it on fast forward. Now, as you can see, this front area is the area I started on yesterday when it was too wet. Seeing it just seemed to wash it off. So I'm hoping that we can sort of re-stipple this, and it'll look more like chipping rather than just brushing the water off. And because I'm going to recoat it again, because most of the guys you look at on YouTube, they do say that it's a process of building it up. See now, it's just sort of starting to chip. It doesn't take long. Hold up, I'll try and hold it in my hand so you can get a better view. If you see there, it's just, rather than brushing off, it's chipping off. See there? You can see those lines there where it was just, I don't mind that so much. There are going to be areas of the tank that weren't as well painted, and the areas that are getting most abuse. So you get a layer of water on there. See, quite quickly on the areas that are thinner anyway. You're always going to get areas on the corners. And I think probably it'd be a case of less is more, where rather than going mad at it, sort of go at it and then back off a bit. And I would think this area here, when the muzzle's round the front, that would be the easiest point of climbing up on the tank. Because you'd use the muzzle, the barrel, to pull yourself up on. Bear in mind as well when you're doing this that you've got electrics in there. So I've got a tissue handy for any water that was pooling. Just soaking up with the tissue. But don't hang about with the tissue because it's going to lift the paint off. You do have to keep washing your brush out, because as you're lifting the paint off and it's dissolving, you're sort of putting it back on again. Right, I'm just going to set the video up because it's hard to see what you're doing when you're trying to look at the camera and look at what you're doing. So I'm just going to set that up there. I'm going to crack on with it, and then I'll try and edit some bits out of it. See how we get on. Right, it's going to take a long time, guys, so I'm going to sign off. You can sort of get the idea of how it works, and then I'll do a video at the end before I do another spray, and you can see how it goes. Okay, bye.